I wanted to create a video that gives you all the things that can block nutrients in your body, okay? And here's 10 of them, starting with number 1, low stomach acids. First of all, how do you know if you have low stomach acids? Well, do you have indigestion, heartburn, bloating when you eat, GERD? You don't have enough stomach acid. As we get older, we lose our stomach acid. That's why apple cider vinegar is very important. You're not going to be able to digest protein that well, especially absorbing amino acids. So that's one thing. And minerals. Minerals need an acidic stomach to be able to absorb, especially iron and calcium, magnesium. So without an acid stomach, you're not going to pull in minerals and trace minerals, okay? So that's one. Number 2, low bile. If you don't have a gallbladder, if you have a gallbladder congestion, if you have bloating, any issues with your gallbladder because you don't have enough bile, then you're not going to be able to emulsify and break down those fats and pull them into your body. So you'll be deficient in the fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A for the eyes, D, E, and K2. So you can have problems with any of those. Next one, number 3, insulin resistance. I've created a lot of videos on this because this insulin controls the absorption of certain nutrients, especially potassium, magnesium, protein, and other nutrients, okay? But primarily potassium and amino acids. So you'll have a hard time absorbing potassium. I'm going to do a whole video just on that, but that's why diabetics, for example, are very low in potassium and high in sodium. It's one of the reasons why they have high blood pressure. But the other thing is they have a lot of muscle loss and loss of collagen, joint issues, inflammation, because they're not pulling the amino acids in there, so they're not as strong. And then number 4, elemental minerals. So when you're taking a supplement and you're reading the label and it says calcium carbonate, that's an element. That's like a rock. Elements are like rocks. So when you take vitamins that are like rock-based, they're not going to absorb nearly as well as plant-based minerals. Okay, so definitely if the vitamin is like a paperweight, it's really heavy, and chances are it has calcium carbonate in it, don't recommend it, but that would be very poor absorption. All right, number 5, synthetic vitamins. Synthetic vitamins are not the same as natural vitamins. They're not in the same complex. And I even like to take it one step further than just natural vitamins. Get vitamins as their whole complex, as a food-based type vitamin. That's what I recommend. Now, if you're doing some cleanse or detox, you can use synthetic vitamins. And natural are much better, but the food-based ones are even better. Especially when you get the synthetic antioxidants. They can create a lot of problems. Some of the top-selling vitamins on the planet are all synthetic. They're really cheap, and they kind of go right through you. That's why the urine is very bright orange and yellow with the B vitamins, because the synthetics, the body is rejecting it. Okay, number 6, antibiotics destroy the flora, the good bacteria, so you're going to have a hard time assimilating nutrients as well. Also, your pH in your colon is going to be altered, and you need that acidic large bowel to pull in certain nutrients and help you digest. So without that, you're going to have a problem. Number 7, low-fat diets. Fat-soluble vitamins are in fatty foods. So if you're low fat, you're going to be missing vitamin A, D, E, and K. Okay? Number 8, vegan diets. Now, it's very difficult to get certain nutrients if you're a vegan. Number 1, B12, an active form of vitamin A, like retinol, because that's mainly in animal products, and vitamin K2, unless you're taking something called NATO, which you can get K2 in. That's a fermented soy product. But recently I did an analysis on my wheatgrass juice powder because I wanted to see the nutrition in there, and I'm looking through the vitamins and minerals, and I happened to notice something. I thought it was a mistake. It showed B12 in wheatgrass, and it was actually double the RDA. It was twice as much as that you would even need. I was actually shocked. I thought there was an error. I called the farm where I grow it, and I said, have you ever seen this before? And they said that, well, naturally, all the grasses do not have B12. It's just not in there. And that includes chlorella and some of these other things. But where you're getting it from is the friendly bacteria that lives within the grass. I found that fascinating. So the bacteria is making the B12. So that was really cool. So now I have some proof that there's some B12 in wheatgrass juice powder. Okay, number 9, mineral oil. Don't ever consume mineral oil. So make sure, like, if you're doing some type of product that has mineral oil, don't consume it, because it's going to block vitamin A, vitamin D, and kind of wash that out of your liver. It's going to clean it out of your liver, and you're going to end up depleted. So be careful of consuming mineral oil, vitamin D, A, K, and E. Okay? And the last one is heat. Anytime you overcook your vegetables, cook it for too long, steam it for too long, you're killing off the nutrition. Microwaving it, you're killing off the nutrition. That's why pasteurization, when you can foods or you're pasteurizing certain things, you're killing off most of the nutrition in there. So you want to keep it more raw, but that's definitely a factor that can block nutrients. All right? Thanks for watching. Hey, you probably already subscribed, but if you haven't, press this little button down below and I will keep you updated. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's some only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.